Here we go. What is good, people? We are back. Finally, after a very long hiatus. Now, the reason for the hiatus is because, yes, you guessed it, I was having some back issues, specifically my lower back, which wouldn't allow me to do near enough anything. I struggled to get out of bed. Still can't really, bend over and stand back up straight. It's the hinging movements is what limited me, but it flared up so much that basically even driving, I was getting stiff getting in and out of the car, all the other stuff. So I had to take a break from near enough everything for, let's call it a month. And when you train and you're active every single day or every other day, a month feels like forever, man. I'm just sitting there watching the channel. I'm thinking, okay, 2 weeks passed, 3 weeks passed, and I'm like, damn, I ain't posted in a while. Now I could have posted something, but the video basically been me just saying, oh, my back is injured, blah, blah, whatever. So not really that interesting. However, starting a new series. I forget the name of the series, but it's going to be a title. Basically, what the focus is to strengthen everything. Now, I've had this back issue for a while, and sometimes I would focus on it, but I would neglect it also. So this time ain't no neglecting. Every single session we're going to do the exercises to help strengthen my lower back, prehab, rehab, all the other stuff. So today is going to be a session that is kind of focused around that. We are going to do some bodyweight movements, hopefully some weighted exercises as well, but the goal right now is to rehab my back, strengthen it, all the other stuff, while trying to do exercises that is not going to re-aggravate it. So obviously I won't be doing any sort of heavy overhead presses or deadlifts or anything like that, even squats. So basically whole lower body is off limits right now, because just due to the hinging movement or the hinging pattern that I can't do. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, what's the word? Got to be patient, methodical, all that sort of stuff. So first thing we're gonna start off with is we're gonna do some back extensions. Weight rack, finally was able to get it out of our lockup unit, which is great. So we're gonna be utilizing this today. So no more hanging from the the apparatus that's around us. We can actually do things a bit more clean, I should say. So let's get into the session. So I found a program online, but I'm not going to share the name of the program just yet. I'm going to see if it works for me, then I will share it with everybody else. So if you recognize some of the movements, you're like, hey, you're using, like, obviously, I know, I'm not saying I created this program, I'm following another program, but if it works, I'll share it. If it don't, I might even still share it and say like, hey, this might work for you, but let's just see what happens first. So we're gonna start off with the back extensions. What I've got is a barbell here, put some pad here to recreate. So obviously some people have a back extension machine where you can obviously work your back, your hammies, and your obliques, all that other stuff. We don't have that, unfortunately. So we have to find an alternative as per usual. And this is the alternative. So literally all I'm gonna be doing is just placing my hips against this. We're gonna be leaning forward like that. Good stretch. Come back up. Now, ordinarily for the average person, this ain't an issue. But if you have back issues, this is gonna feel like somewhat of a momentous task. But it is going to help re-strengthen your back. We're gonna go for 5, take a rest. Go for another 5. But this is what we have to, this is what we're gonna have to do right now. And the rain's coming, which is great. So we might take a quick break. But this is what we're gonna have to do right now to get back to a reasonably decent standard. And what I'll be doing is I'll be progressing this with weight. So right now I'm doing it body weight because my back is clearly not strong enough to handle weight yet, but we'll be using the weight plates eventually and just constantly getting it stronger and stronger and stronger. So we're gonna do 3 sets of these, then we're gonna move into some other exercises. Hopefully we stay injury free for the whole session and thereafter But let's see what happens, man. And here comes the rain, right on time, excellent. It was just sunny. As soon as I start recording, the rain comes. Hopefully it shouldn't last too long. Okay, so the rain shower is over, I think. It is currently the rainy season here in Grenada. So you do get short, unexpected bursts of rain every now and again. But it don't usually last long, you know. Usually intense and then obviously dies down. So anyway, let's get back into this. Let's get into this second set now. So different angles so you can kind of see the movement pattern a bit better. And the goal is essentially, because I usually have pretty decent flexibility. So if I wasn't recovering from a back injury, I would have been able to literally like bend all the way over the bar. But you know, we're recovering. We're doing the necessary rehab. And so by the time my back is fully healed, I should be able to do this pretty much with relative ease. So we've got one more set to go, and then we'll move on to basically the regular scheduled calisthenics movements. See how that feels. Any sign of like pain, we're done. Sorry, the video is going to end short because I'm not starting from the beginning again. There's no way. There's no way. That is too annoying. So yeah, hopefully we can get through the session fully. Yes, boss. What are you doing? Distractions. Absolute distractions. Oh my goodness. All right. So we are done with the back extensions. We are going to do another back exercise for the upper back as well, to make sure that the whole of the back has been worked, that it's engaged and it's ready for whatever we put it through. The name of this series is going to be called The Path to God Body. Why I chose to name it that is because gods usually have little to no weaknesses, and that's what I am trying to achieve in a holistic sense of strengthening all the areas that are currently weaknesses and obviously improving on the areas that are already strengths. So this is not me calling myself a god as such, but it's just trying to reach a point physically where I'm almost indestructible, and then mentally the same thing. So yeah, that is the reason for the name of the series. So the next exercise we're going to do is, I don't even know what these are called, but I just seen the person do it. So you basically engage in the back, just bringing it up like that. I can definitely feel the lower back engagement now. Hope I did those right, but we'll get there eventually. So come to find out, these are actually called trap raises, which makes sense. We're gonna do, I think we might do 2 sets of these. Let's see. Okay, we're just gonna get into some bodyweight pull-ups. Now, ordinarily, we do them weighted. If you're, a loyal subscriber to the channel, you know we usually do these body weights. We built up to a, was it 30 or 35 kilo weighted pull-up for reps. So we can't do that right now for obvious reasons. So we're just gonna do some body weight, just to, keep things ticking over, maintain form and strength. If you don't have weight, obviously the reps are gonna have to be higher. So we're gonna do more reps than we usually do. We're gonna aim for a decent 10, I would say, on each set minimum. Anything over that, great. But for right now, we're just easing back into things. So let's see. And this is the first time I can use a pull-up bar and almost straighten my legs and it's fixed. So that's another plus. We're gonna go wide grip today as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad at all. Reasonably decent form and tempo. So we're gonna do 3 sets of that and then move on swiftly, but that weren't bad. That weren't bad at all. So obviously if you want to improve your pull-ups, you either do 2 things. You obviously do more pull-ups more regularly. Obviously not every day, the body needs time to rest and recover. Or you do weighted pull-ups so that your body gets used to having more weight on it. And then when you remove the weight, it feels somewhat easier. Common sense. I can tell I haven't been doing pull-ups because my arms have almost seized up immediately. So it's always interesting when you return from a prolonged hiatus, how the body reacts to it. Nothing major, nothing serious. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Form over everything, man. Form over everything. The numbers are not as important as good reps. All the way up, all the way down. Don't kip. Don't do half reps just to reach a certain number. Have a number in mind, sure, but don't sacrifice the form at the end of the day. The form is what will carry you over the longevity of this journey rather than the numbers. So far, we're looking good. There's no pain in the lower back region, or in any part of my body, to be honest, which is a plus. But we'll see as things progress. We haven't really tried anything of a momentous nature, so we'll see, man. We'll see. But we're not going to do anything stupid. At the end of the day, we're going to remain smart, get what we need to get, and get out, man. So anyway, let's get into this final set of pull-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm tired already. That's crazy. 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, come on, come on. One more. Man. Oh my goodness. See, I felt that in the lats for sure. Whew. So we're going to attempt doing some bench press today. I would be very surprised if this movement caused any aggravation, because we're obviously laying flat on our back. we can finally put our hands at a reasonable distance. No more close grip, no more close calls. The sun is directly in my eyes. Great. But just gonna see if we can get some reps in on the bench press. The weight is not gonna be crazy, but it will be sufficient to get a little muscular reaction. So let's see. So we're gonna start off with 60 kilos. I believe this is 135 for all of you who use pounds. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, 135 pounds is 60 kilos. So we'll see how this moves, man. This moves nicely. We might go up a little bit. If we're feeling a little bit, you know what? It ain't worth it. At the grand scheme of things, it's not worth it. That sun is really in my eyes though. Damn. All right, here we go. No clips on. Hey, that felt nice. No cap, that felt good, man. Why not? Why not go up a little bit? We'll see. Okay, so yeah, I just added on 30 kilos to either side. See how this goes, man, at the end of the day. So I think roughly we got about 90 kilos. Pounds, no idea. No idea. We've got the shades on as well because the sun is trying to do bad things to us. So, all right, that feels heavy. Just even trying to move that. Jesus Christ. All right. Whew, here we go. Let's lock in, man. Oh, here we go. One. Okay. Not that it's too heavy. It's just because it's at an angle, I'm slipping backwards. So I need to put a mat or something because that's annoying. So let me put a mat on here. Hopefully that will stop me from moving. We ain't gonna restart the clip because why not just continue where we left off. So that was a decent one. Let's see what we can do, man. But yeah, this outdoor area is sloped because it's a drive. So obviously when it rains, the water runs off that way. So ideally, this actually should be facing like either that way or that way so that the bar is kind of balanced in a sense. But right now, I might have to reconfigure it. It's like one side is a bit higher than the other, which is awkward when trying to do certain movement patterns. But we'll figure it out, man. At the end of the day, we'll figure out the correct placement for things. But for right now, let's focus on moving this bar. Here we go. Okay, I feel like I'm not sliding anymore. There we go. Yes. One. Come on, one more. Yes. Not bad. Oof. Not bad at all, man. I think we might do one more of those and then let's move on, but no pain in the back, which is great. We could go for 100 kilos today, but I think that would be silly, seeing that we haven't trained in a good minute. Trying to push for 100 kilos, not worth it at the end of the day. I think I'll probably try that next session. Based on how the recovery goes this session, I think next session, you know, we'll play around with the weight a little bit more. I'm hoping to be able to document this journey as accurately as possible. So I would like to try and film every day in regards to what I'm eating, training, doing, you know, recovering, whatever. Even if it's not like full 20, 30-minute videos, even like a quick little 5-minute video of what I'm eating, of how I'm preparing my food, things of that nature, then I'll try and get those out. But, you know, time doesn't always permit for that, and having a busy schedule doesn't always permit for that. So you know, we'll try our best and see, but definitely the exercise stuff, we're gonna try and document as much as possible, man, because I feel like a lot of people may be on similar journeys in regards to, you know, returning from injury or training at home, all the other stuff. So the more I document, the more you may be able to implement in your own training regime, man. But let's lock in for this next set. Here we go. One more, come on. Yeah. Obviously could get a few more reps in if I had a training partner, which, you know, it's neither here nor there, but I've got those sort of safety straps now. So when I do really want to push it, I have some level of safety in regards to that. So, hey man, just working through. That was good. We ain't gonna do no more chest press. I think that's enough for today. I think now we'll do maybe a rowing movement, maybe a chest supported row. So it again takes out the use of my lower back. I want to do some biceps and triceps. I don't know how shoulders are going to work. We might try some lateral raises, some seated lateral raises to see what we can get out of those. But yeah, for the most part, man, we're just being careful this session, really and truly. All right, that took way longer than what I thought it would to set up. So we're going to do some chest supported rows. We put this bench up on this barbell. Sorry, up on the barbell. Put some weights here to stop it from moving back. And we're just going to see what we can get. We got 20 kilos on either side. So let's see what we're rocking with, man. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little bit awkward because the weights are different size. So this one I can pull a bit higher because it's smaller. This one kind of limited by the bench, but it does the job regardless, man. At the end of the day, weight is good. We'll do another 2 sets of that, and then move on. All right, next set. Here we go. Now the good thing is that I finally have some barbell dumbbells, if that makes sense. But the bad thing is, God, they weigh a ton already. Well, I don't know if that's a bad thing actually. Could be a good thing. Anyway, here we go. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. Oh, come on. All right, one more set. Let's get into this final set now. I actually quite like this setup. What I do need to do though is number the holes on here, because when you're trying to figure out where this side is compared to this side, it can be a long one, man. So I will be doing that soon as well. But the rack itself, good quality rack. Here we go. 1, 2, 5, 6. Cool that there, man. Cool that there. So instead of doing the traditional bicep curls, I think we're just going to do some supinated pull-ups instead. But we're going to use a neutral grip. So yeah, not exactly supinated. We're going to do neutral grip pull-ups just to hit the biceps a little bit. Actually, we'll do a mix. We'll do 2 sets of neutral, 2 sets of supinated, you know, just to make sure that we're really getting that work in. So we'll start with the neutral and then we'll finish with the supinated. that felt pretty good. So as you can see, I was going a little bit higher, getting the chest to bar rather than just getting the chin over the bar. Obviously neutral grip is a little bit easier compared to the wide grip or shoulder, you know. What's the other grip called? Not supinated. Can't remember. Anyway, yeah, these are a little bit easier so you can get a little bit more pull on them. And especially if you're a beginner and you just get into pull-ups, I would recommend you start with either the neutral or supinated grip, because obviously your biceps are going to help you a little bit more if your back isn't quite there yet. So we're going to the supinated next. I think I'll put the gloves back on for the supinated just for a bit more help with the grip. But hey, that was tough, man. Jeez. Throughout the session, I've avoided doing exercise which involves me, you know, having to brace my core or keep my core intact, because obviously the lower back is part of the core makeup. So again, just being smart, doing exercises where my core is somewhat not disengaged, but you know, supported, I would say. So a lot of the movements that we've done, either the core is not in a fixed position bearing load, or yeah, that's probably the best way to put it, is that my core hasn't been, you know, subjected to bearing a lot of load today. You know, chest supported rows, you know, your chest is helping you. Bench press, again, your back is helping you. Pull-ups, there's no load, because if we do them unweighted, there's no load on the hips. So yeah, just trying to work around it, be as clever and as smart as possible. You know, the last thing you want to do is re-aggravate an injury once that recovery phase has kind of begun. This is somewhat the most dangerous phase, where you can, you know, re-injure yourself because you think, okay, I'm good now, man, I can go back to doing what I was originally doing. And then, you know, you just start the process all over again. So my best advice, take it slow and, you know, let the body really recover, speaking from experience, properly, or else, you know, you might find that you're injuring something else because it's coping for another body part. So just be mindful, I would say. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm gonna do one set of the supinated. I feel like we've done enough pull-ups today, man. So we'll go for right here. That will do nicely. Whew. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this first episode of Path to God Body. Hopefully we can keep the episodes going for the longevity, hopefully the rest of the year, at the bare minimum. But overall, that's what we're gonna do, man. Just focus on building up, getting stronger, getting back to a point where we can, you know, do our weighted movements. Not bad actually for the first day back after a month out, even though a month isn't that long, but it is kinda. But yeah, man, we'll see where we progress from here. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and catch you on the next one. I'm out. Peace.